Welcome students into the 12th science chemistry class. Now we are learning the chapter number 4 thermodynamics. In the last lecture we learned about the deduction of first law or formulation of the first law, and into that we also learned about the first law of thermodynamics for various processes, and in that we learned the first process, that is the isothermal process. Now in isothermal process temperature remains constant, so internal energy also remains constant, and if we apply that into the first law of thermodynamics, the delta U is 0, and therefore in that case in the isothermal process what is there? In that case W, that is the work done, is equal to minus Q. That is, all the heat get absorbed when work is done on the system. Now we are learning, we continue this, that is the first law of thermodynamics in various processes. Now one process isothermal we already learned what happened in isothermal process in the last lecture of the formulation of first law. Now here second process, that is the adiabatic process. You know the definition of adiabatic process. In adiabatic process no transfer of heat is there. That means heat is neither gained nor that is the release there is. That means in adiabatic process there is no exchange of heat between the system and surrounding. The heat is neither absorbed nor removed in the adiabatic process. So adiabatic process are generally carried out into the container having the insulations. Now see here, as heat is, there is no exchange of heat, so Q is equal to 0 in that case. And if we apply this to the first law of thermodynamics, delta U is equal to Q plus W. Now substitute this Q as the 0. So delta U is equal to 0 plus W. So what is that? Delta U is equal to W or minus delta U is equal to minus W. Now these both are the equation for the first law in the adiabatic process. If work is done on the system, then the internal energy of the system increases. But if work is done by the system on the surrounding, then it is the negative work and the internal energy gets decreases. Now how this internal energy decreases? When work is done by the system on the surrounding. Now see on the blackboard there. Thus an increase in internal energy of the system is the work done on it. So when the internal energy of the system increases, then work is done on the system. And that is, but if work is done by the system on the surrounding, in the adiabatic process what happens? The internal energy of the system decreases. Here, if work is done by the system on the surrounding, the internal energy of the system decreases. That means, in adiabatic process, if the work is done by the system, it is almost by decrease in energy or by expense of energy of the system. So there is the negative side. Now let us learn what happened into the isochoric process. Now in isochoric process you know the definition. The volume of the system remains constant into that. That means delta V is equal to 0 because V1 is equal to V2. So V2 minus V1, delta V is equal to 0. But in the first law of thermodynamics there is no delta V change in volume. But if we substitute the value of work done as minus P external into delta V, then this delta V terms comes there. So substitute the value of W in the first law as minus P external into delta V. Now what is there? In isochoric process, volume of the system remains constant. So we know that the expression for the work done W is equal to minus equal to Q in case of the isobaric process. That means if the volume of the system remains constant, what is the change in internal energy? Is the heat supplied to that of the internal energy. Now let us learn what is happening in isobaric process. What is happened for the first law of thermodynamics? How the first law of thermodynamics changes in isobaric process? Let us learn now. But you take the screenshot and write these notes in your notebook in a beautiful handwriting. Now only the isobaric process is remaining to apply the first law to that of process. Let us learn now. Now see students, in case of the isobaric process, pressure of the system remains constant throughout the system change. So here in the isobaric process, the pressure of the system remains constant. So replacing the Q by Qp of the first law of thermodynamics and W as P internal into delta V, what we obtain? Now we know the first law of thermodynamics, that is what is that? Delta U. We substitute here delta U as, see here, delta U is substituted as, that is minus P external or Qp minus P external delta V. Okay. Now substitute the Q by Qp and delta U as Qp minus P external into delta V. Then what do we obtain? What is the first law of thermodynamics? That is W is equal to minus P delta U is equal to Q plus W. Now this is the first law. Now substitute here as Qp minus P external delta V and this Q as the Qp plus W here. Okay. And W is also can be substituted. Now this Qp get cancelled. Then what is there remaining? This W, that is work done, is equal to minus P external into delta V. Again, this can be given. Now this is the equation for the isobaric process. In this way, pressure of the system remains constant. Here is no delta T term, so pressure remains as it is. Now this is about all the processes of the first law of thermodynamics can be changed. If you like, you can subscribe this video and share this video to the other 12th science student so that they can again understand about this. Now in the next lecture we will learn the next topic. Thank you student for watching this video. Thank you very much. Take the screenshot and write down the notes.